Alright guys and girls, thanks to Mother Nature and Tyler, we were able to get a new gas detector. This is going to replace the TMX that was previously lost to water. For those of you who want to test it, it is waterproof. I don't know that I'd recommend it though. This is the MSA Altair 5X. It's got a couple differences from the TMX that we're used to. Got a color display. It does have the power button is in the middle here with up and down arrows, soft keys on the side. This little hole right here is where the alarm comes out. It's got a plastic clear LED covers in here. Green will give you a status light, and it'll flash red and vibrate when it alarms. On the back here, probably the biggest difference is it has an internal pump. So rather than detect gases as they cross the sensors just from moving it around, this will actually draw air in constantly. You'll hear it running all the time. This is one of the nice features of this one. Right here in the middle where this white part is, this is the internal filter. You're going to want to tell your lieutenant or officer in charge when this starts to get discolored, any browning. We're going to want to change that out. Also back here is the gear clip and a D-ring for carabiners. Also the charger and the LED light for the charging status. Red is going to be charging, green is going to be fully charged. And this is what the end of the charger looks like. Just slides right in there like that. This can be on the charger anytime it's not being used. The other important thing is that when there's power to this, the unit will not turn on. So you have to unplug it from the charger to get it to turn on. The other thing is it does take a really long time to turn on. So anytime you think you're going to need it, you're going to want to start it as soon as you get in the truck. So to turn it on, you're just going to push and hold the power button. It'll alarm, and then it'll start going through its startup process. The thing to keep in mind is it's going to ask you to do a couple things, so you want to pay attention to it. I'm going to cover up the the horn so you can hear me talk. You can hear the pump running constantly. That's a good thing. And we'll start doing a couple of its tests. Not sure if you can see the screen. Give you the make user information. And now what it's doing is it's flashing, and it's going to ask you to occlude the pump. So all you're going to do is you're going to take your finger and you're going to put it over top of the pump and block it off so that it knows it's working. It's going to continue going through its startup process. It's going to go through each of the gas types. For us, we have a combustible gases, O2, CO, and hydrogen sulfide. It's going to give you the upper and lower limits for each of those for the alarm settings. Give you a little status bar here across the bottom as it goes through. It's also got a pie chart in the middle, kind of visual representation of whether or not a number is good or bad. When a high number is detected, you'll see that corner of the pie chart start flashing red, and you'll know which one it is. I'll also give you the date and the last time it was calibrated. When it shows a picture of the sensor here, that just means it's going through all 4 sensors, testing to see if they're good. It does give a 2-month notice when it detects a sensor starting to go bad. Usually you got about 2 months. So you want to write that up, let somebody know. The other thing it's going to do when it's done with this, here in just a second, is it's going to ask you for a fresh air setup. You're going to click down for yes, and it's going to start the fresh air test. This is the same thing, and it'll give you all green check marks when everything's okay. This is the same thing as zeroing out the TMX that we used to have. You're going to want to be in fresh air. Obviously, you're not going to want to be by any running trucks. And then once it's done, this is what the screen looks like. Obviously, 0 parts per million and everything else. 20.8% for oxygen. Down here, it's going to ask you for a bump test or a calibration test. You don't need to worry about any of those because those are all done with the calibration test gas that it came with. We'll take care of that. The one thing to note, the combustible gas is up here in the corner. When that reaches, it alarms at 10%, but when it reaches 100%, the unit will lock itself out. It means you're in an explosive environment, and you need to get out. It'll display 3 X's across the front, and it will not start testing other gases again until you're out of the environment and you turn it off and turn it back on in a fresh air setting. You're going to do the fresh air test again. It's one of the nice things about this feature. I kind of give you the heads up. Another nice feature is it comes with a sniffer extension. This is the handle. It comes with a little quick disconnect end, and it comes with extension tubing for both ends. How you hook that up is you're just going to take your extension tubing, put it into your pump, you take the other end, and do the same thing. It might give you a little bit of an alarm. All you have to do is hit the reset button, and it'll be ready to suck in through the end of the sniffer. And then to turn the unit off, you're just going to push and hold the power button to give you a little status bar across the top, and then it'll let you know when it's okay to let go. Not sure what truck this is going to be on yet, but it's really nice. Take a look at it, play around with it, and get used to it. There's a little quick start guide that'll be with it in case you forget anything, and like I said, check it out.